Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into trading psychology.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, how the way we see things, based on our past experiences, can really affect our trading decisions.
Definitely.
We'll be looking at Chapter 5 from Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas for this one.
Sounds good.
So are you ready to jump into this?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So Douglas starts off by talking about this idea that everything around us, literally everything generates information. Even something like a simple rock, right?
Yeah.
It has its own shape and texture and color.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's sending out these signals.
It is. And our senses, they pick up on those signals and transform them
Oh, wow.
into energy. And that energy gets stored in our minds as memories. It's not physical stuff, but it shapes how we see the world.
So it's kind of like a filter then.
Exactly like a filter.
Mm-hmm.
It influences what we notice and how we react to things.
Interesting. So you're saying our brains aren't just these empty slates just absorbing everything.
No, not at all. We have a huge capacity for learning, but what we actually end up perceiving is limited by those filters. Those filters that are created by our past experiences.
That makes sense. It's like if you'd only ever seen a red apple, you might be surprised the first time you see a green one.
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting for traders.
Yeah.
Think about it. Have you ever had like a big win in the market?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I bet you remember how that felt, right?
Yeah.
Like all those positive emotions?
Yeah.
Well, those become part of your mental framework too.
So the next time I see a similar setup in the market, I might be more likely to jump in because I'm feeling all confident and excited.
Exactly. But the flip side is also true. So let's say you took a big loss on a stock.
Okay.
Now, every time you see that stock, or even one that's similar to it,
Yeah.
all those feelings of fear and regret, they might come rushing back.
Even if the market conditions are completely different this time around.
Yeah, even then. You see, our brains are wired to connect similar information. It links those past emotions to the present situation. It's like an unconscious process, and it can really mess us up when we're trading.
Wow. I never really thought about it like that.
Yeah. And, Douglas uses this powerful analogy in the book to explain this.
Yeah.
It's the one with the little kid who gets bitten by a dog.
Oh, right. I remember that one.
That painful experience creates a strong association in the kid's mind.
Okay.
So from that point on, any dog, even a friendly one wagging its tail, it might trigger fear and anxiety in that kid.
Makes sense.
Because it's not the dog itself that's scary. It's the child's perception that's colored by that one bad experience.
So are you saying that traders can be like that child? Like projecting their past fears onto the market?
Absolutely. Think about it. You experience a bunch of losses in a row, and suddenly every trade,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
every little fluctuation feels super risky.
Yeah.
You might even hesitate to enter trades that look objectively good on paper, simply because you're unconsciously associating them with those past losses.
That's incredible.
Right.
So you're saying it's not actually the market itself that's making us feel scared or excited?
Nope.
It's our own perceptions based on what we've learned and how we felt in the past.
That's exactly it.
Wow, that is pretty insightful. So understanding this whole idea of association, that's like the first step towards taking control of our emotional responses.
It is. It's all about making more rational decisions in the market.
It's like we need to figure out how to separate the actual facts from our own personal baggage.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're going to dive deeper into in the next part of our deep dive.
I can't wait.
Me too.
So how do we actually start separating those emotions, from like the actual facts of what's happening in the market?
Well, the first step is awareness. Just realizing that these associations are happening unconsciously. That's huge. It's like shining a light on these hidden forces that are driving our decisions.
So instead of just reacting without thinking, we can start to question those impulses. Like, wait a minute, is this fear that I'm feeling right now, is it based on what's actually happening in the market? Or am I just reliving, that one bad trade I made last month?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about becoming a more mindful trader.
Okay.
And here's the thing. The market itself is neutral.
Right.
It's just information. Prices go up and down. That's just the nature of the game.
It's not like it's out to get me personally.
Right. It's our own perception,
Yeah.
Our perception that's colored by past experiences.
Right.
That's what assigns meaning to those price movements.
I see.
We start seeing patterns where there are none, or we overreact to like normal fluctuations.
Okay, so how do we retrain our brains to see things more objectively?
Well, one powerful technique is to focus on probabilities.
Probabilities.
Yeah. Think of it like flipping a coin.
Okay.
Just because you get heads 5 times in a row
Uh-huh.
doesn't mean the next flip is going to be tails.
Right.
Each flip is independent.
So even if I have a string of losing trades, the odds of my next trade being profitable are still based on my strategy and risk management.
Exactly.
Not on those past outcomes.
Exactly. Each trade is a brand new opportunity, a fresh start.
I like that.
By focusing on the probabilities, we detach ourselves from the emotional baggage of those past trades.
Okay.
And we start to see each new opportunity as a unique event with its own set of potential outcomes.
That's a helpful way to think about it.
Right.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off each individual trade.
Exactly, and it lets you make more rational decisions.
Okay.
Instead of getting caught up in that fear of repeating past mistakes,
Yeah.
you can look at the probabilities, you can manage your risk, and make decisions based on the current market conditions.
So it's not about like trying to eliminate emotions altogether.
Right.
Because trading can be exciting.
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely that adrenaline rush.
Of course, emotions are part of what makes trading so engaging.
Right.
But it's about managing those emotions,
Okay.
not letting them control you. Douglas talks about, professional traders being able to stay in the flow because they don't see market information as painful.
So they've learned to separate their emotional reactions from the actual data.
Exactly. They can analyze the market, identify opportunities, and execute trades with clarity and confidence.
Wow.
Regardless of past outcomes.
That's impressive. That's what we all want, right?
Yeah.
That sense of calm in the middle of all the chaos.
Exactly. And it's not just about managing fear.
Okay.
It's also about managing the excitement of winning.
Oh, right. Because when we're on a winning streak,
Yeah.
it's easy to get overconfident and start taking too much risk.
Exactly. So this awareness, this mental discipline, it applies to both sides of the trading coin.
So it's all about balance.
Yeah, it's about finding that mental equilibrium where we're not paralyzed by fear,
Right.
but we're also not blinded by overconfidence.
I see.
It's about staying grounded, staying focused on the process, and making decisions based on a clear understanding of the market and our own risk tolerance.
It sounds like it takes a lot of self-awareness.
It does.
And honesty.
Yeah.
And maybe even a bit of humility.
It does.
Recognizing that we don't have all the answers, that the market can surprise us.
Absolutely. And that's part of what makes trading so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's not just about making money.
Okay.
It's about mastering our own minds.
Right.
Understanding our strengths and weaknesses, and constantly learning and evolving as traders.
So in the end, it really is about taking control, isn't it?
It is.
Control over our emotions, control over our reactions, control over our trading destiny.
That's the essence of trading in the zone.
Powerful stuff.
Operating from a place of awareness, clarity, and confidence.
I like it.
Realizing that we have the power to choose how we perceive the market, how we react to information, and ultimately how we trade.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far.
Yeah.
We've explored how our perceptions, shaped by those learned associations, can either limit or empower us in trading. But I'm curious to know if this is resonating with you, the listener.
Absolutely. And that leads us to a final thought-provoking question. So think about, a recent trading experience where maybe you hesitated on a trade or you felt that familiar fear.
Oh, yeah.
Can you actually trace those feelings back to a past experience or a past association that you have? And here's the real question.
Okay.
How could recognizing this pattern, actually change how you approach future opportunities?
That is a really powerful question for all of us to think about.
Yeah.
It's like we're holding up a mirror to our own, trading psychology and really examining those hidden forces that might be affecting our decisions without us even realizing it.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
A journey of self-discovery. We get to understand our own mental strengths and weaknesses. And by recognizing those weaknesses, we can start to think about strategies for how to overcome them.
That makes sense.
It's all about becoming the best trader we can be. Not by predicting the market perfectly,
Right.
but by mastering our own minds.
And that's what really stood out to me in this chapter.
Yeah.
It's not just about the technical stuff or finding the perfect strategy.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the psychology that's always at play when we're trading.
Because that mental game, it can be our biggest obstacle or our greatest ally.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When we let fear and past experiences control our decisions, we really limit our potential.
I see that.
But when we start to become aware of those patterns, when we learn to manage our emotions and make decisions based on a clear understanding of the market, that's when we unlock like a whole new level of trading.
It's like we're taking back control.
Exactly.
Shifting from, being a victim of the market to becoming a more confident and disciplined trader.
That's what it's all about.
I like it.
That's trading in the zone.
Okay.
Operating with awareness, clarity, and confidence. Making decisions that align with our goals and our risk tolerance.
Well, this has been an amazing deep dive into the world of perception learning and trading.
Yeah.
And I really hope this has given you, the listener, some valuable insights
Me too.
to think about and apply to your own trading.
Absolutely.
Remember, the market is constantly presenting new opportunities. By understanding how our own perceptions work.
Right.
We can learn to navigate those opportunities, with more skill and confidence.
For sure.
So until next time, everyone happy trading.